All those moments will be lost in time, like tears in rain.
Boom.
Boom.
Boom shakalaka.
Cha.
Man. There it is. I'll say it for you. Cha cha cha.
Cha cha.
Man, we got a great one for you tonight. Welcome back, folks. And 2024 certainly is keeping us on our toes. Of course, with me tonight, the man who needs no introduction, the original Beetlejuice, the hostess with the mostest, Brawnz. How are you tonight?
I'm good. How are you?
Man, it's been one interesting week, and glad to see we're starting to see some action in the charts, the Bitcoin charts.
Yeah.
Uh,
What a way to end the week.
yeah, for sure. I mean, we still got tomorrow. Maybe it'll surprise us. Maybe it's
Yeah.
going to go all the way up to 120,000. What do you think?
Oh, man.
Yeah, never
I would
financial
love-
advice, folks. We
yeah.
don't know what the hell we're talking about. But well, let me speak for me. Brawnz is the man. So, we got a good one for you tonight, folks. And you know, I tell you what, before we get started, why don't you please like, subscribe, and comment below, because every little bit helps, and we certainly appreciate you. Help us get the word out there, get the algorithm out there, spread the love, the Bitcoin love. So tonight we'll be getting into the Bitcoin charts as per the norm, and I want to say it's nice to see that action in that space. But we'll go ahead and keep an eye on that. Of course, we're going to be getting into some of the news, and one of the things we're going to be talking about tonight is Solana and the network that keeps on betting us down. But we'll talk about some of the reasons why that's happening, and maybe give you guys a little bit of insight on that. And of course, we're going to be talking a little bit about the Bitcoin ETF. That seems to be like one of those things that a lot of folks are keeping an eye on, and what direction that's taking. And we're going to end up the night and have a little bit of fun with some of the best cereals that are on planet Earth.
Yes.
Man, I'm looking forward to that.
Me
So,
too.
all right. Well, Brawnz, what do you say we jump right into this, shall we? Let's
get
let's
to
go
it.
ahead and pull up the charts, Bitcoin charts, and let me know that you see that.
Yes, this is from the squiggly line was from last week.
Oh, the squiggly lines. Yes, sir. So hold on now. Let's I'm going to go ahead and change this interval because while a day chart gives us something to talk about here, I want to just take a look at these squiggly lines and the 4-hour candles. So as you guys know, we're looking at 4-hour candles, and we talked about last week this channel that we were in and the potentials, right? And of course, none of this is financial advice, and certainly none of us can see the future. Well, maybe Brawnz can. I struggle with that. We talked about a resistance point here in the channel that was being built to roughly around 43.5, and if we broke out, we got a confirmation candle out, it could go up. Now, of course, it could have stayed in this channel and upticked or it broke back down. But what happened was we saw that confirmation, that 4-hour candle breakout, and then the sudden rise. So, I feel like this is in part when folks say, well, it could go up, it could go down. Sure, that's trading, folks. And you got to take a look at more than what you see up there on the screen and make sure you're doing your own research. Well, Brawnz, what do you think? Is this going to continue on its way to the moon, or are we going to see this thing take a nosedive?
Oh man, I mean, it looks like it's going up. It looks like it's trending up. For me, I'm more on the sentiment, right? On the news. You're more on the TA side. I know that like today or the last 24 hours, 115 million, was liquidated, from the short. And it just, I believe that more people are confident in Bitcoin. I'm thinking maybe that the grayscale BTC might have took a little break on some sell-offs. Also, I believe that the stock market is doing well too, and we all know that when the stock market is doing well, Bitcoin is doing well.
Yeah,
But
there's
yeah,
usually a correlation. There's no doubt about it.
yeah,
I think you bring up a very good point, Brawnz. I want to stay on that point for a second because I think that folks need to truly understand that there is that correlation that we, and while we may deviate from that correlation from time to time, there is usually a very strong connection. So if the market generally is doing well, the markets, traditional market, so is Bitcoin and Ethereum and the rest. When they're not, usually we're following suit. So it's one of those things that very early in the morning, even before I hit the sack, I'm always taking a look at CNN futures to see what the openings are going to look like in the traditional markets, even though that crypto really is my main investments, at least on the personal side. So you were talking about liquidation levels. So I do want to bring that up here as well, because I think it's important, right? And I tell you, these guys have one heck of a site. If you guys aren't checking this out there in crypto land, you got to be checking this out. This is coinglass.com, and they have a heck of a lot of information you can chug your way through. You're bored, check out this place. They can they got all sorts of liquidation maps, heat maps. Love this one here. This is kind of depicting where we currently are and then where liquidation levels are. And a lot of the folks in the space right now is saying, well, Bitcoin follows the liquidation, or rather those that will get liquidated. And you see this high concentration of folks that these are longs that could potentially be liquidated, not so much on the short side. So not financial advice, but something you definitely want to take a look at and see. Well, just do your own research, folks, right? So getting back into the charts, so Brawnz and I were talking before here, and I kind of feel like I set Brawnz up for that one about going to the moon. If you take a look, I'm going to go ahead and change the chart here to daily. So these are daily candles. And what you'll start to see here is you'll start to see that we had this would look like a breakout, right? This is a breakout of that one channel that we were talking about earlier, and the trend is going up. However, what you're seeing down in the volume is that the volume is decreasing. And what we're talking about here is a bullish divergence, and that's not good news because that means that this uptick is usually not sustainable. Typically, also, when you see this kind of breakout, you're hoping to, in combination, take a look at these Bollinger Bands to see if they're starting to compress. As they start to compress smaller and smaller, there's that potential for these big upswings. You see that here, right? The bands are kind of squeezing the price action and then it popped up. We're not seeing that right now. And what we're talking about here then is a new channel forming and new, I definitely defined levels. And now, again, not financial advice, and understand what I'm talking about here is short term. I am definitely like Brawnz here, a bullish in the space, bullish on Bitcoin. But this is kind of the new channel where you could see this kind of just hang out in this space until we get enough volume to pop us up. So what I'm suspecting what will happen here, Brawnz, and never financial advice, but I suspect a retracement and then a retest of the 38,000 level before it either bumps back up or breaks down. I got to be honest, I'm not anticipating it breaking down below 38. I really feel like it is going to have a retrace and bounce back up. But what do I know, Brawnz?
Right. No, the question is, so like, say if it was trending down near the bottom of that range, and would it the volume if it would point up, or does that even work that way? See right now, like the volume is trending down, but if the in the channel it hits say like 39 and the volume is going up, what does that tell us? Is that like a bullish signal? Or
I think if you're seeing, so here as an example, just taking a look here, let's see if it's good. Let me just pull another one here. We started to see the volume increase here, right? And when you take a look at the chart, you saw that the chart was increasing. That's really what you're looking for. You're looking for the volume to start to slowly reverse and then reverse up over time. And this is daily, right? So these are daily candles. This takes time for this momentum to build. And then, of course, what you're hoping is a slight consolidation. You saw the bands compressing here, and then it popped up. From a TA standpoint, that's what that looks like. Now, could the news bring something either, sending us higher and higher? Absolutely. Is there the potential that news like, I don't know, war breaking out, bringing us lower and lower, famine? Absolutely. Disease? Sure. If the market is going down, that's TA is just out of the equation. So
I feel like if you pay attention to the TAs, it kind of like is ahead from the news, correct? Or what do you think?
I mean, I think that sometimes it almost seems like news ties in, and then you question whether or not there's
Mm,
manipulation with some of the larger firms now that are getting into the game. But I think that sometimes it seems awfully coincidental that there is breakouts when all TA also lines up with it. But we'll have to see how it plays out, Bronze. I
yeah.
mean, no one really truly knows the future. If we did, or I don't know, maybe some do, and you got to really follow those folks, the ones that are always getting it right.
Right. I really like that the concept of people we get into this is paying attention to the channel, to that range, because I
Mhm.
mean if it start to trend down at the bottom of the range, there shouldn't be no surprises, right? It's and that takes out the emotions once you
It takes out
understand.
the emotion for sure,
Right. Yeah.
which is why you have trading bots that have these built-in mechanisms to start to identify and manage your money accordingly, so you don't have to worry about that. Right, you don't have to worry about the emotional trading and the ups and downs. You tie that in here too, Bronze. You take a look at this level down here. This is relative strength index. You'll see that the relative strength index right now is anything over 70 is overbought, and this is running real hot. So we're
Mm.
currently running around 85 ish,
Oh, okay.
right?
So
And it just means that we're typically overbought, and then you see a retracement. And you could see this here in multiple levels when we hit these levels that are high, that a retracement usually occurs. It could be massive or it could be minor.
mm,
And you take a look at some of these, if you like this retracement right here. This retracement right here was roughly around 10, almost 10% in a day. So that kind of hurts, right? But you
mm,
get some significant retracements throughout these uh, daily trades.
mm.
But we're
Oh,
long,
that
right? What's
yeah,
a day? What's a week, right?
that's
That's
right.
why I feel like when people are starting to take a look at 5 minute candles, 10-minute, 15-minute candles, they're day traders. They're looking
Yeah.
to make a quick buck because when you zoom out this chart and take a look at the daily, I mean, look at that. That's a thing of beauty. Getting back from
Yeah.
January of last year to where we're at now, I mean, you're making some significant money as long as you're holding.
There you go. Huddle, baby.
Hodl, get those diamond hands out there, folks. Man, we spent a lot of time on the chart today. I'm gonna just kill it right
Yeah.
there. Um, but yeah, I think it's all good stuff. Make sure you're doing your own research. That's important. Don't listen to us knuckleheads out here. Of course, take it all with a grain of salt. All right. Boom. Do your own research. There it is. All right. So, Solana, we've been, we talked about Solana last week and all the good that they're doing in that space. And I don't know, maybe we jinxed it because
Yeah.
I
Not
feel like,
us.
well, I mean, yeah, maybe they're jinxing themselves because I
Yeah,
feel
that's
like,
right.
so they had an outage last week and
This
it
week.
was it? I'm sorry, this week, right? And it was I apologize, man. I don't even know what day it is.
Time
Outage
flies.
that lasted a little over 5 hours, and speculation on really what that was because they haven't released any root cause analysis on this just yet. But taking a look at this, it's curious to see that they have, it's saying Solana mainnet beta suffered a significant performance degradation again, right?
Again.
Um, I find it interesting, and Bronze and I were kind of talking about this earlier, folks. Mainnet beta,
Yeah, it's an oxymoron.
yeah. Well, I
Mainnet.
mean, especially for Bronze and myself in the tech, in the tech space as it is, um, mainnet and beta should never really be going in the should never really be
Yeah.
paired together.
Right.
Um, Beta should be tested in a non-live environment, and mainnet is live. So
Yeah.
maybe these folks are thinking more like crypto trading, which everyone is, trying to move real quick and make a quick buck. And they need to really just slow it down. What are your thoughts on this, Bronze?
Yeah, as a use case point of view, it's kind of disheartening. Uh, I'm really disappointed because it seems like it's happening like every year at least. Yeah, this is like I can remember maybe like this could be like the third time I can remember, uh, and for this to be like the innovative, not the Ethereum killer, but I mean they're making so much innovations like with partnering with the phones and um, yeah other things. Uh, it's like okay, this keeps going down. You're losing confidence, the people as far as the use case. Maybe the traders they don't really care, but as far as utility wise, if I'm a developer, that kind of would like give me some hesitation to really go all in with this blockchain. Um, you might have to look elsewhere. You might go back to Ethereum. I mean, there's pros and cons to all these blockchains. I'm really rooting for Solana, but if they keep being unreliable like this, yeah, might have to just dip out and look elsewhere. You don't see Ethereum having outages. I mean, I know it's a little clunky and it gets expensive, but the thing we all know that it's pretty reliable. I don't so. I mean, the only time that I can remember any issues with Ethereum really is when they forked, and after that, it's been really reliable, and that's why a lot of developers are building on with Ethereum.
Yeah. I mean, all good points, right? Yeah, I have and you know, full disclosure, right, folks? If it's your first time watching me on here, you'll know that I'm an Ethereum purist, right? I feel like Ethereum is the future. I'm not to say that there's not room for others at that top, but there's a reason why Ethereum is has lasted the test of time. Be interesting to see if we get that ETF this year, which we all kind of expect. But the gases seem to be under control. When you take a look at where the price point was for Ethereum back in 2018, gas fees were astronomical. And the gas fees, as it stands, are very manageable. For those that you remember those times, it hundreds of dollars to make a transaction, and it was insane. Of course, a lot of folks were making a lot of money because you're buying Ethereum at $300 levels. Um, but I think that this is something that folks need to pay attention to. And Bronze, they had mentioned Solana had suffered over a dozen outages over the last few years.
There you go.
Does it have the confidence of everyone else? I mean, I feel like you're right. Maybe as a day trader, not so much. Who cares? They don't care. They want to see it dip like this so they can recover quickly. But when you take a look at the true investor who believes in the project, it certainly doesn't shout confidence out to those folks.
Mm-mm. Yeah, I wanted to share a tweet. I retweeted it yesterday, but Mult Media. Oh, the power of manipulation. Solana network went down today and it's up on the day. Yeah, the price I mean the price was steady. And one of the comments, El Chingon, in addition, says a lot about who's holding it. If it was retail, then it would dump at least 10%. With the CEO making his rounds in apologetic mode, none of that happened. Says a lot.
Hmm. So what is he saying? Is he saying, and maybe correct me if I'm wrong, but what I'm understanding of that is that the majority of the holders are those in the space, in the Solano environment
Hmm.
itself.
Yeah.
And that's not Good. I wonder if we take a look at some of the wallets, what the percentage of the project is owned. That's what's nice about, of course, being the crypto space. Everything, as long as you know what to look for and where, is public knowledge.
That's correct.
So,
Yeah. Yeah,
you
that's one
know,
man's opinion, but it does make sense. But because yeah, like if it goes down and the price is still holding, yeah, it doesn't make a lot of sense. I would that person said if it was a bunch of retail investors, they probably would have just dumped it, but
yeah,
it held on.
yeah, yeah. Good news. I mean, obviously, I feel like there's a lot of folks out there that do believe in the project. There's certainly a lot of potential there, and we'll have to see how it plays out moving forward. I mean, fast
Right.
forward 5 years, hopefully, hopefully Solana is still around.
Yeah. Yeah, really for me, in my opinion, it doesn't really bode well for me. Like as far as use case, I I mean I really like their innovation and these partnerships that they're doing, but as the quality of their product is not really holding up. Yeah, I was being conservative when I said like three times. When they said a dozen, yeah, that it probably is about a dozen times, and we really can't have something like that. Something like to be on prime time, in which I know we're not on prime time yet. We're on the verge, but yeah, if this is gonna be on prime time, it's gonna be an embarrassment. Honestly, yeah, we need something that's more reliable. I mean, because I mean, if we're gonna have uh, the 95 percenters on board, you need to have a reliable product.
Yeah, there's no
Yeah.
doubt about it. You know, so I think I think that there are some really great options out there, and Solana, maybe you stay on the sidelines, pay attention, right? I think it's, if anything else, have your list of projects that you want to pay attention to, buy in, and until you're fully bought into the project, understand what the direction is, make sure you're doing all the research, understand who the key stakeholders are, and then of course their clear message. Um, my recommendation would be, just until you understand all of that, stay on the sidelines until you're prepared to truly invest yourself into that uh, project. So, yeah,
Yeah.
just my two
Kudos to
cents,
them.
Bronze.
Good 2 cents. Shiny two
Yeah,
pennies.
there it is. Shiny two pennies. So let's talk about two pennies. Let's talk about the ETFs. So
Mm.
this was a tweet that came out from Hodl 15 Capital. These guys are doing a great job as far as keeping up to date, uh, taking that data that is being produced in CoinGlass, getting into a nice readable format, side by side comparison as to the top ETFs that are purchasing, and then at the bottom here, grayscale Bitcoin. So let me just make sure you're seeing that, and you are.
Yep.
You could see that the sell-off continues in grayscale, but over the last several days, that volume has dropped.
Yeah.
Volume
It's cool.
dropped in the selling. But it's interesting to note that the volume has also dropped in the purchasing from the ETFs. I suspect that there's a correlation between all of that, but it
Hmm.
also kind of points to what we were talking about earlier, where the volume was overall dropping in the market.
Mm.
So as the
Interesting.
grayscale Bitcoin GBTC continues to sell off their assets, um, these folks, of course, up here are purchasing, but their volume is also tapering off. So let's see what tomorrow brings.
Huh. Interesting.
Yeah.
I like that.
Does it all add up? Does it all make sense, Bronze?
Yes,
Can
it
you
all
see
makes
it?
sense.
See the future? Oh
Seeing the haze
man.
clearing up.
Yes. Well, the future is bright regardless for Bitcoin. I think the future is bright for crypto. Of course, you're going to see a lot more retail getting involved now. Thank God that the ETFs are in place. I feel like we're going to see a lot more regulation. I say that this is all good things. If you were to say that out loud on the air in this space 5 years ago, they'd be lighting up those torches and getting those pitchforks ready for me, because that was this space at that time was all about decentralization. And well, I think that Bitcoin did such a great job at kind of being, they said it essentially just allowed, it was too good for the world not to have access to it. And the problem is when you have something that good, the governments of the world are going to start to get involved. And it was bound to happen. It was just bound
Yeah,
to happen.
I guess people
So,
need to start realizing, right? But people are still going to try to, do the decentralized thing.
yeah, I mean, sure. I think that there is going to be the dark web. You're always going to have that side of things. Um, Not to say that the crypto space, uh, you know, is the dark web, dark, ooh, spooky, spooky, scary. But I do feel like there are a lot of bad actors out there. We've seen that year over year, year over year, over year, over year, over year in this space. And frankly, a lot of us are tired of it. And if you want someone like a major player like the United States of America getting involved and taking the space serious, regulation has to occur, and you need to protect your investors. So, price of protection, I don't know. Sounds like the mafia, but the fact of the matter is, I want my money to be safe. I want there to be some kind of insurance that it's just not going to go up in smoke.
Right. I'm all for innovation, and I know with innovation, there's always going to be some, bumps on the road. I I saw a picture the other day. There was like an old picture, like when electricity was becoming more available back, like in late 1800s. Some people, didn't like the idea of electricity, and then they made like a comic strip of like demons coming out, and devils. It's like magic. Did you ever see something like that? Some propaganda
I mean,
against
it certainly makes sense, right?
electricity.
I think that a lot of folks are going to demonize what they don't know. And this, you take a look at, Warren talking about it, and his right hand man talking about it, saying that, it's rat poison,
Yeah.
right? People fear what they don't understand. And alternatively, those types of individuals, the billionaires of the world, especially those that made their money on current market structures, um, they need to protect their investments. So of course they're going to say that it's rat poison, and they're going to invest some money to turn public opinion. I'm not surprised. I'm just not surprised.
Yep. That's how it goes.
Yeah, well, that's it. I thought you were going to talk about, keep it more lighthearted, about Edison talking about making currency through electricity.
Oh, yeah.
No?
No. I,
Well, maybe we'll talk about that next time,
yeah,
because
let's do that.
that's definitely an interesting article that came back way back uh, when Thomas Edison was around, talking about taking energy and converting it into a currency.
Wow.
So,
Okay.
and here we are,
Here we
100 years
are.
later.
That is crazy.
Crazy. All right. Well, Bronze, let's get into it, shall we?
Get
You
it.
ready for a little bit of fun? You
Yeah.
ready for a little bit of fun out there, folks? We're gonna be talking about the top cereals. That's right. I said cereals. You thought that this was all about crypto. You were wrong.
Yeah.
Yes. Top 10
Yes.
best cereals of all time. There it is. Now, Bronze, you got the first five. don't you kick us off?
Yeah, man. Okay. Yeah, that was supposed to be like the other way around, but that's okay. This is probably my top pick of all time, and this is actually like one of the newcomers of the cereal products. I do see the commercial back in 2012, so yeah, it's about 10 years old, and
Mhm.
I have one actually with me. I went to
Mm.
Kroger real quick before the show because
Oh,
thinking about the cereal segment made me crave for some crave.
oh, there it
You like
is.
that? You like?
Yeah, man. I thought you were gonna go for the chocolate craze,
Yeah. I like the
but
contrast. Yeah, too much of
yeah,
something kind of like negates it, kind of cancels it. You
that's
know,
it. So let me ask you.
balancing.
Oh, I was gonna say dry or with milk.
Yeah, I gotta go with the milk.
Oh
You notice,
man.
like I know I was waiting for this to drink. I don't know if it's it's still
Oh,
cold.
nice warm milk. Don't fall asleep on me
Yeah,
here,
no,
Bronze.
it's not warm.
There it is.
Mm.
First impression for tonight. What's it taste like?
Um,
Crave.
man, so it has the the crispy on the outside, and then has the little chocolate, chocolate fudge or something in the middle.
Oh, there it
And then
is.
when you mix it with milk, I don't know if you can.
Oh, oh,
No.
come on now. Oh, almost. There it is.
Oh,
Yeah, a little Tootsie Roll inside.
there you go.
There
I
it
think it's better.
is.
I think it's better.
Yeah. It's interesting to take a look at the cereals because a lot of the cereals doesn't seem like it's really suitable for breakfast. But nothing wrong with a little sugar spike first thing in the day. Now, the commercial that we got here, yeah, Bronze, it said 2012. It actually came out 2012. And the commercials that we have here are the first commercial for the cereal. So some of these are going to get really old. And Bronze had said, yeah, this is one of the newer comers. I can tell you that this is the newest one on the list. So much so that the commercial is actually in high definition. So
Oh, nice.
yeah, there it
The
is. Let's
only
see it.
one.
Let's see what this is. Let's see what it's all about.
Introducing a new breed of chocolate cereal. Kellogg's Crave. Wicked crunch outside, smooth chocolate inside. In chocolate and double chocolate. Chocolate will never be safe again. New Crave cereal. Chocolate.
What's up? I think you said at the end there, chocolate and chocolate. Ooh,
Mhm.
nice. I've never even heard of this. 2012 tells you when the last time I walked through the cereal aisle. But to be fair, it's not that we don't have it in this house. It's just the wifey takes care of the cereal purchasing.
There you go.
So, all right, number one, number two,
Reese's Puffs. Yes.
Reese's Puffs.
Yeah. I'm a big fan of Reese's Peanut Butter Cup. I think chocolate and peanut butter is one of the best combos ever made, known to mankind. And with this particular picture, I think that's all peanut butter. But yeah, I was actually going to purchase this as well today. Um, but yeah, I was thinking about the sugar intake. I was glad that I only picked up one. But I almost didn't find the crave. I was about to pick this up, and I just kept on looking for like 5 minutes, and I saw it like, oh, there's crave. And but yeah, if I didn't find it, I would have picked this one up.
So let me ask you: was Crave at eye level?
No, it's actually at the top.
The top,
Yeah, there's like 3 rows, and it was in the top row.
huh?
Yeah.
That doesn't bode well. Eye level is where you want to be.
Right.
You know,
Or
since-
the low level, right? For the
well,
kids, for
maybe,
toddlers.
yeah, I suppose. But kids are usually also in the cart.
Oh yes, that's true.
Depending on the age group, and at least the ones that are looking for the sugary stuff. And well, who am I kidding? I like the sugary stuff, but
Yeah.
Crave, you better get it before it goes. Reese's Puffs. Yes, I hear you, Brawnz. I love this one. 1995.
Ooh.
Here we go.
So, I'm at my friend Paul's house when his dad said, "How about Reese's for breakfast?" I said, "Candy for breakfast?" Paul said,
How's it sound on
"Where
that,
have you
Brawnz?
been?" Not candy, Reese's peanut butter puffs, a real crunchy cereal. So he slides me a bowl. I crunch into him. Wham! My mouth goes crazy. The smooth combo of peanut butter and chocolatey taste swimming in milk, attacking my taste buds. Then his dad pops in, and it's part of this complete breakfast too. Now that's cool. Reese's for breakfast.
Yeah, yo.
Yeah.
1995 definitely
Wow.
reflects the time. Man, look
Yeah.
at those clothes. Those clothes were epic.
It's
Yeah.
funny, like these commercials, these cereal commercials, and they have like part of your complete breakfast, and then you have the toast and butter and orange juice.
Mhm.
Imagine eating all that stuff early in the morning, but that'll just tear your tummy up.
These days, I just try to avoid breakfast. Give me a good old cup of Joe. No milk, no sugar. Give it black.
Black, jet black.
Yeah. All right. Number 3. We're starting to go back in time here.
Oh yes, Captain Crunch.
Mhm.
I mean, they have so many like variation, but this is the tried and true. I guess it is like a peanut butter.
No. Don't
no.
even go there. I was surprised you didn't put the peanut butter one down there
Yeah, I know.
because I feel like the peanut butter one was the way to go. That's my jam, but I didn't want to list it twice.
Oh yeah, there you go. Yeah.
But
But yeah, this is when I was a kid. Definitely loved it. But it's there's like a timing thing with cereal, right? It's like you don't want it too soggy, and you don't want it too hard. Sometimes like this one, it'll kind of scrape the roof of your mouth. But if you give it like within 30 seconds, it's soaking up the milk and it's soft. But then if you do like another 30 seconds, it's soggy, and then you have that Captain Crunch milk residue. Some people like it, some people don't. I don't. Yeah, I try to drink it. I just I drink it. I don't want to waste
you
it.
talk about scraping the roof of your mouth. This particular cereal needs to come with a damn warning because I swear, I don't know, scrape. Yeah, you're cutting yourself up if you don't slow the heck down.
Yeah, that's right.
And as a kid, I feel like you don't want your cereal to get soggy. So if you're using milk, so you're trying to eat it quick, but this is like eating thorns. So Captain Crunch, yeah, he's a damn sailor. He's tough like nails for sure. My lord.
Oh, man.
1963. Here we go. Way
Wow.
back. Get your time machine out.
Captain Crunch presents Breakfast on the Guppy.
Can you hear this okay?
Morning already, Sea Dog? Where's the crew?
I feel like I can't hear it that well.
All hands on deck!
I can hear it.
Pirates off the port bow! This ought to fetch 'em. It's Captain Crunch, the cereal named after me. Captain Crunch.
Captain Crunch, the cereal named after me. And if you did some research on this, like I did, the voiceover was actually, he was famous back in the day. So he was Magoo, which was a blind millionaire. And he also did Rocky and Bullwinkle. So the animation for this was pretty famous back in the day.
Yeah, that looks like part of that Hanna-Barbera.
And fun to munch, 'cause
Yeah,
it keeps it
Hanna-Barbera.
fresh. So
Man,
crisp.
if you know what we're
Never
talking
really
about,
crunches. Not
you're as old
even
as we
milk.
are.
Oh.
Anybody for a bowl of Captain Crunch?
Scuttle my hornpipe, Sea Dog. There's people at breakfast I never saw before. Oh, man's got to be careful
Yeah.
when he says Captain Crunch. But now
Die
it's your
from a
grocers,
bloody
Captain
mouth.
Crunch, the cereal that's named after me.
I'm surprised it doesn't come with a damn warning. But
Yeah,
okay.
that's right. That's true.
We're moving right
Man,
along.
I love these old commercials. Oh yes, Frosted Flakes.
Man, 1959. Yeah, we're going back.
Yeah, these companies, they really use a lot of their marketing, like Tony the Tiger. I mean, Tony the Tiger has been around for a long time, and I mean, these cereal companies, these brands, they hold near and dear to people's hearts. Funko Pops, they have like a cereal line of the mascots, and these are collectible. They they go for around for a pretty penny. But yeah, Frosted Flakes, man, it's a good like standard sugary cereal. It's crisp. I like it. It's light. It's not as thorny as Captain Crunch. This has a good combination of when you're done with all the flakes and you still have the milk. The milk is like really sweet, and yeah, I think Frosted Flake is the best milk out of my list. So yeah,
Okay. All right. All right. You like the sweetness that it gives that milk afterwards. I think that
best tasting.
this
Yeah.
is like the opposite of Captain Crunch. Like if you don't eat these quick enough, it they become mush. So like now I feel like this is the type of cereal you eat real quick and then slurp down all that
There it
frosted
is.
flake goodness. Yeah, sugar coated frosted flakes. Here we go.
Gee, Pop, is this where they're going to give you $500?
Yep, all I have to do is ride a mama bull.
Name?
Tony the Tiger.
What outfit from Tiger?
Sugar Frosted Flakes by Kellogg's out of Battle Creek.
Never heard of it.
Sugar frosted flakes. It wasn't even called just frosted flakes. Sugar frosted flakes. You got it right there at the top.
There you
Sugar
go.
frosted.
Ever heard of Sugar Frosted Flakes? Those big crisp flakes of corn with that secret toasted in sugar frosting? They're great!
Uh-huh. We'll see how great.
Next, Tony the Tiger from Sugar Frosted Flakes riding Bone
Which is
Crusher, the Brahma Bull.
BBCommercials.com.
The Bone Crusher? Brahma? I thought it was Mama!
How'd you stay on, Pop?
I just sang him a Brahma's lullaby, Junior, and promised him some Sugar Frosted Flakes.
They're great.
Get Sugar Frosted Flakes in the snack pack, too.
In a snack bag.
Oh, I remember Snack Pack. Man, that commercial was awesome. Man, the early version of Tony the Tiger's to me right now it looks like it's better than the modern version. And then
Yeah,
the bull,
I haven't. Yeah, riding a bull. Yeah, he was
Yeah.
hanging out with cowboys and riding a bull. Of course, that's right up my alley. But I don't know. Maybe they had to dumb him down. Maybe he was too aggressive for modern times. I don't
oh yeah, of course, yeah. We got
Yeah.
soft.
gotten soft. He's probably riding a. I don't know. I'm just gonna leave it alone. Best cereals number 5 and 6. Now
Yeah.
you're number 5. I'm number 6 because I had to.
I like that. That's awesome.
You went with Cocoa Pebbles.
Yes,
I,
Cocoa
I went
Pebbles.
right up there with Fruity Pebbles because, man, I don't know. I feel like Fruity Pebbles was a pretty darn good cereal, just like a Frosted Flakes. And I got to eat it quick. The milk tasted just as good. Now, of course, they're saying here it turns milk chocolatey. I'll agree with that.
Yeah. That's probably why I liked it. No, Fruity Pebbles is staples. You have like I don't know if you've been to Voodoo Donuts. They came out of like Oregon, but now they're everywhere. They're here. There's a couple in Houston, but they have donuts sprinkled with Fruity Pebbles. But for me, Cocoa Pebbles, it's cocoa-y. I'm a chocolatey kind of guy.
Yeah, I'm seeing a pattern here, there,
yeah.
brother.
yeah, man, but that is awesome. I'm glad that we lined that up.
Yeah, for sure. And the commercial was brought to you way back in 1971, and we talked about Hanna-Barbera. These two fine folks in front of us are just as near. Well, I feel like in a way they kicked it off. Following them almost immediately was the Jetsons in that same vein, same company, and it only made sense because of their popularity that they had their own cereal. So here it is, 1971, Cocoa Pebbles and Fruity Pebbles all in the same commercial.
What's that, Barney? A more, Fred. A more? Yeah, get on. I'll hold your new Post cereals. The Flintstones Fruity Pebbles and Cocoa Pebbles. Thanks, pal. Fruity Pebbles taste like a bowl of noisy fruit. Hey, Barney! And Cocoa Pebbles are Cocoa Moco good.
Why do you call this a more?
The more you ride it, the more I can eat your pebbles. Why, you... Good thing Pebbles gives me yabba-dabba-doo.
And there it is, folks. Fruity Pebbles. I feel
Love
like you
it.
can't. Yeah, you gotta always keep these guys involved with this one, even if they're not as popular, because otherwise, I feel like eating Pebbles for cereal doesn't just make any sense unless you're a caveman.
I get the correlation now after all these years. Like
Wah,
Pebbles
wah. There it is. Fruity Pebbles, Cocoa Pebbles, check it out. Brought to you by Post.
I think this is the first Post on the list. I think
It is.
Kellogg's dominated.
I feel like it. Yeah, General Mills, Kellogg. I feel like, yeah, Big G is what they're actually called. And a lot of the, unfortunately, when we create, I say unfortunately, but I'm doing a little bit more research when we start to put these together and putting maybe a little bit too much time into taking a look at the history of this all. But Big G, apparently General Mills is the folks to beat. Kellogg's is a close second. Post, they're almost getting beaten out by store brand.
Come on.
It is true.
It sounds like you're saying like they're the Hyundai.
Yeah, there's something all right. There's something all right. Let me oh Lord. I think my screen is frozen. Well, that's not good.
Oh man.
Oh no.
The PowerPoint screen?
No, it's all frozen there, brother.
Oh shit.
So I'm gonna go ahead and dip back out. Give me if you wouldn't mind humming a tune for these folks.
Yeah.
Hopefully I don't get
I'll give me another bowl.
Man. Hopefully I don't get kicked out.
Probably will.
If you do, then I guess you guys will never know. Here we go. Bye.
Oh man.
I can't even leave. It won't let me.
That restream is acting up today.
Restream. We had some technical difficulties earlier today. And,
I mean, we could save the next week or the.
Yeah, I suppose we could. I'll tell you what, though. Well, shoot, I'm completely damn frozen. Can you see me talking?
Yeah, I can see you talking.
Well, that's interesting. Why don't you go ahead and we're going to go ahead and just, I guess we'll try to maybe continue this next week, Brawnz. Why don't you take control of the screen, just get it back to the two of us, and we'll wrap it up.
Let's see. Here we go.
Stop sharing. We good?
Yeah.
I feel like we talked about Mr. Magoo earlier. I feel like I'm Mr. Magoo right now. I can't see you, but you can see me.
Okay,
so that's interesting. All right. Well, Brawnz, any last word for these fine folks before we cut them loose?
Yeah, the theme is vision, right? Like you don't want to be Mr. Goo. Mr. Goo, you get lost, you get emotional. Understanding the charts, like today, I learned a lot. I mean, I've seen it before, but today kind of really clicked on like the volume and the channel. You know, when you see that, you have the expectation, you already had the knowledge, so there's nothing to be surprised. So yeah,
there it is, man. Very insightful, sir. I think that, to piggyback off of that, you have Solana and you have all of the good that's going on in the space, but then you have all of these, let's just call them bugs for what they are, right? Downtimes, which as someone who's investing could look good, could look bad, depending on your viewpoint. Just like the cereals that we cover, or at least some of them, there's many different flavors out there in the crypto space. And it's important to make sure you're doing all your own research, or otherwise you're going to end up with a bloody cut up roof of mouth if you're eating Captain Crunch too quickly. So pay attention, do your own research. Folks, have a great night. Thanks for joining us. We'll be right back next week. Peace.
Peace.